I do want to go more into your identity. I want to know more on how, when you look back over the years, and you've been in the US for maybe over a few decades, and I'm curious how the Vietnam War has influenced your life now. Obviously, you have a strong sense of identity, of working hard. Can you talk more about these experiences? The Vietnam War has shaped you into who you are. Um,
Yeah. Um, well, the Vietnam War ends when I was born, and we escaped from that because we are looking for freedom. We're looking for freedom and a chance to for a better life. Okay. Most of us, I don't want to say, are escaping from Vietnam for not political reason, but for economical reason. Most of us, a few are for political reason, but most of us are just mainly looking for a better life for their kids, a life with freedom and opportunities. Okay, so when they come here, they're giving huge opportunity. And I know when I talk to some of the people from my generation, they appreciate that they got here and got the chance and opportunity that was given to them, and they did grasp it and make it happen so that they have the life that they have right now. So, and I think that mostly the tech of the day was that we we value the freedom and the opportunity that we got from this country that we would not have gotten from Vietnam if we have stayed there. If I stayed there, I would have died already because of starvations or or whatever. But when we are here, we're given opportunity that we would never have. Everybody was given the same opportunity here. Opportunity. Some people success, some don't. Now some fail. People who fail, they got up and they try again and again until they success. It's not where I am today. Um, I didn't have a very I have a tough like getting where I was for the 30 years I here. Right now I have like I have 2 or 3 houses, and I'm well off. I'm making 6 figures a salary. I'm an accountant in a company, right? But I did not do that overnight. I don't just say, okay, everything went smoothly for me to get 2 houses. I it was a struggle up and down. I was poor. I rented house, and then I bought my first house. I remember in 1996. My first house I bought was in 1996, and that time I was involved. 2 years later, I was involved in a car accident, and the person, she wanted to sue me for everything that I had because I have a house. Obviously, it was not paid up. There was a mortgage to it, but I think that I have a house, so she wanna sue me for 500,000. So I did before the court final. I say let's sell the house and move to another stay and start over. So I sell my house and I still go to court. The court has not final yet. I still go to court, but then once her lawyer saw that I do not owe a house anymore, he dropped her case, and she would not be able to hire another lawyer. So the case dismissed. The judge dismissed the case after maybe 2 years tracking now, because I have no attorney. She has a no attorney. If she want to sue me for like 5,000 or 10,000, then they go to small claim court, then she would have gotten it. But she want to sue me for 500,000 in 1996 or 1997. No, and she has no lawyer. And the Supreme Court, not the Supreme Court, the Superior Court, he said this case is going nowhere. Yeah, there's no attorney for both sides, so they closed it up. So I was able to, I did not have to pay anything for that accident, and she did not get anything for accident. But in turns, I sold my house and I lost my house. I moved to Oregon for 2 years after that because I got a job offer over there. And then I stayed there for 2 years. I missed my mom and dad over in San Jose and my sister. I said, okay, let's move back to San Jose. So I moved back to San Jose, and I stay at my sister's house because, moving back and forth, you don't have money. My family, at that time, I have three kids already: Annie, Aline, and Emily, and me and my husband. Again, we squeezed into one bedroom of my parents' rented house. So my parent has rented a three-bedroom. They stay in one. My sister stay in one, and they live one room for me. So the five of us squeezed in one room again, just like when I first came to America in 1985. Anyway, so after that, I got a job. I remember was very happy at 2000, in the year 2000. I was hired for a general accountant at a company that pays like 60K a year. That was pretty high. So my husband got a job in Cisco, the not the Cisco electronic company, the Cisco who deliver food for restaurant. Cisco spelled SYSCO, right? Anyway, he was making decent money, and after 2 years, like I said, the main thing with us is buying a house. After 2 years, we gather up enough down payment to buy ourselves not the first house, the second house. So we bought a house on somewhere on McLaughlin Road, and then we lived there. We moved in. That's 2003. We got her. We moved from Oregon in 1998. We stayed there until the end of 2000. We moved to San Jose at the end of 2000, right? By 2003, we bought another house. And so it's a four-bedroom house. We're very happy. All the kids are happy. They have a big tree in the backyard. We do landscaping. I work so hard. I do everything ourselves, me and my husband. We landscaping, we do gardenings, and that we make it a home. And then after that, we begin to earn equity on the house. I think that I don't know if you know that time house growing every year. So we get the equity out and we buy another house and we rent it out, and we buy another house and we rent it out. So I think that at the time of the housing bubble in 2007, 2006 or 2007, we had four houses. One we live in and three we are renting out. And so we're thinking, we're doing well now, and we're happy. Boom, the housing bubbles. Everything collapsed. My husband quit his job at Cisco, and he become a construction. He work in construction now, and then when the housing goes down, everything goes down. The construction goes down, everything. And so he didn't have a lot of jobs. I only have one job that I have. In fact, I still have that job until here now. So I've worked at that job since 2000 until now, which is maybe 23 years now, one job. Anyway, so we begin to sell one of the house, and we foreclosed three houses. And after a couple of years, I guess I need to be honest here, so that you can know the whole story. Since we don't have enough money, my husband think about when gambling, so that we can make the mortgage. The more we gamble, the more we lost. So we gamble, we lost, we win some, we lose some, we win some, we lose some. So finally, we are at the point that we owe 3 months mortgage on the very house that we are living in, because we sold one house, we foreclosed two houses. We only have the one house that we're living in, but since because we could not keep up with the mortgage, and then we'll keep gambling, I end up losing my house in 2007. July 2007, they took my house. They foreclosed it, and we got evicted. So I told my mom and dad, okay, we got to move. And so at the same time, I didn't talk to about my sister's situation, but my sister also bought her own house too. So we end up moving my whole family into her house, which is also 4 bedroom. And she squeezed our family, my family of 5, and my parents of 2, that's 7. And she has she's married, that's 2, right? And she has a daughter, that's 3. So we squeezed all into her house. And we lived there for from July 2008 until December 2000, no, July 2007 until July 2008 is when we save up money and buy a house again. Me, what important to me is that we have to have a house to raise up my kid. I cannot squeeze my kid on 1 rooms again, you know. I do whatever it takes to buy a house for my children. So by December 2008, I save up money to buy a house. I have to beg my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law on my husband's side to sponsor the house for us, put their names in because our credit was bad. So they put their names down to buy the house for us. I have to borrow my cousin 5,000 here, 5,000 there, 5,000 from each of my cousin. We gather up 120,000 from my 401k withdrawals, from my saving, from borrowing people. But I need to buy a house to live in. So by December 2008, we bought our third house. Also, the only house, because the other one we bought, but we sold, we bought, but we lost, right? This is the third house that I bought. So we bought the house. That is the Woodside house that you visit us. You know, the one, the 8 bedroom there. And then we bought that house and we've then lived there from 2008 up until 2016. That's when we moved here because my sister also bought a house with a big piece of land, and she says let's go and build a house so that we can be close together. And so I would say, okay, let me sell the other house to get the money to build this house. But I think that, you know, what the thought process was, you know, once you sell the house, the money will just, you know, will just be gone. Why don't we try harder? I think that what is good about me is that I try hard. I pull in. I stretch out. I do not feel like, okay, you just have to do just enough. I want it to be more. I want to stretch out. So I said, okay, why don't we do a construction loans and build the house and rent out this house and buy a trailer, and live in the back of my sister's house so we don't have to pay rent. We don't pay $3,000 in rent for anything, but we also collect the rent from the house that we live before. So we start renting out that house. We move into the trailer. We live freely in my sister's backyard for 1 year while we build up this house. That's how we save money. Um, the 3 of us squeeze into one trailer, and then my kid, you know, been in like 18, 20 already. They cannot live in the same trailer, small trailer with us. So we start building them sheds, like a small tiny house. We build each of them a one tiny house for them just to put in the bed and a few belongings. And so Emily, Aline have the tiny house. Me and husband and Molly live in a trailer, and we live like that for maybe 14 months. And we finished building our house and we move in. This is the house we move in, like the house that you knew it. You helped me with some of the activity, like carrying the wood inside the house, carrying the tile up into the roof to install. Yeah,
That's
that's
great to
how
hear.
life has been with me.